Hello there guys, Carlo here. Welcome to a part 2 basically of the Hackintosh build. All the stuff is near enough here. I'm waiting. I've basically got the case, I've got the power supply. What else I've got? I've got one stick of RAM that's turned up because I ordered basically 32 gigabytes of RAM from 2 different suppliers, but it's the same RAM. So basically 8 gigabytes turned up, so I'm still waiting for the other 3 sticks of RAM to turn up because they were from a different supplier because they never had that amount of chips in stock. So I'm waiting on them to turn up, but we have enough to sort of get the build underway and basically get it up and running. So I think, you know, it's going to be a really sort of solid build. It is AMD based, guys. It's not Intel based, which should be fun. Now, I've had a few people say to me, Carlo, why are you doing an AMD build? Basically what it is, I've had Intel all my life. You know, I've never really had an AMD chip before. So it's going to be interesting, and it's basically a change. It's basically a little bit of research for myself. And just a little bit of harmless fun, do you know what I mean, to get, you know, see how well AMD cope with a Hackintosh build. Even though I have done some research on the processor I've got, which I'll explain to you in a second, and basically the parts basically going in it, I know for a fact it will run absolutely fine. Now I've got I've done a previous video, my first video, I've done a Unibeast bootloader. So basically I'm going to experiment with the Unibeast with you guys to get the bootloader running on that and see if we can get the Hackintosh done that way. If not, we're going to use a distribution USB thumb drive, which is basically from Hackintosh Zone. It does support AMD and Intel as well. And I was told by another guy that I was speaking to a couple of days ago, he said try that one as well because he found that the Hackintosh Zone runs really well, and it's you can constantly update it as well and you won't get no problems with it, which is great, and that's exactly what I want. I don't, you know, for this project, as you know guys, I don't want no bullshit. I don't want no problems whatsoever. Now specification wise, obviously we've got some hydro RAM, so we're going to have 32 gigabytes in this system in total. At the moment, we've only, like I've just said, we've only got one 8 gigabyte stick, which has actually turned up. So it's not the full set. All my computer's going, bear with me, guys.
Express yourself with...
Right, sorry about that. So obviously, you know, it's enough. 8 gigabytes enough to get the system up and running, so we can, you know, I can get this video sort of done ASAP. As you know, I've not been on the scene for a little while. I've been very busy. The Z820 that I had, if you can remember in my previous video, was sold to get the Z840. So obviously the Z820 is gone now, so I've got no system in the house. The Z840 has gone to a different cause, which I'll explain in a couple of other, you know, future video. I do apologise to all the guys I've said out there. You know, it's coming to the house and I'll do an unboxing and a review. Unfortunately, sometimes things happen that you can't help, and it sort of stops you from doing things, and you feel a bit gutted for it. But it's gone to a good cause. It's basically gone somewhere to be used on a feature film, which is great. But obviously, you know, I've got some money for it, for the Z840. I've got basically all my money back for it, so I'm not basically out of pocket. But I sort of sat and thought to myself, right, you know, what do I want to do here? You know, I want to sort of, you know, give Hackintosh another chance. Which I know I've said in my previous video that I wouldn't, you know, live my life off a crack and so on and so on. But I feel, you know, if I can get a Hackintosh, you know, I've done like sorry, I'm giving me words, like loads of Hackintosh videos in the past. But they've basically all been for fun, and I've tried to sort of not make it my my daily driver and my, you know, to do all my important work. But I'm willing to give it a chance. Obviously, I'll have Windows 7 running on it as well, which is great to do my important stuff. but the Hackintosh, I'm going to give it a good go for a year to see how we go. Now, before I go, I'll just explain the specs. And what we do is in part 3, you'll see the build itself, which will be very exciting, all the components, and where to start putting it together. And once it's all together, part 4 will be the installation of the operating system, and then a final rundown of what we've got and how it's performing. So we've got 8-core processor. I think it's a 9530, I can't remember off the top of my head. It's 8 cores, so it's an AMD 8-core processor. We're going to have 32 gigabyte of RAM in it. At the moment, only 8, because you know the rest of the RAM might come in time for me to do the video, but I can't sort of see it. So we're going to go with the 8 gigabytes of RAM. We're going to have a GTX 460 very temporarily in this system, because even though it's a decent card, I don't really want to keep that sort of a card in the system. I want to get at least a Quadro card again, because obviously I've got my money back on the 840, which is great. So I'm going to splash out and get myself a decent Quadro card for that. We're going to have SSDs in there. We're going to have 3 4 terabytes Seagate drives, which are going in there. Obviously, all your bits and pieces. So it's going to be good fun. So guys, stay tuned for part 3 of this video. I will try and upload it as quick as I can, but I want to try and get as many parts as I can together before we do this build. So guys, as usual, love you lots, and I'll see you in part 3 of the Hackintosh video. Cheers guys.